Happy holidays, everyone, and welcome back to the final episode of the semester for RooTV, your station for weekly updates on UMKC and the local Kansas City community. My name is Rex Stickney.
And I'm Deja McKenzie.
Two juniors in the Block School of Business, Maggie Schumel and Grace Yu, have created a club focused on empowering female-identifying students called the Women in Business Club. The club will host events beginning this upcoming January with a new guest speaker every month. Speakers will include business leaders and women who work in underrepresented industries. Schumel and Yu hope that these events will support and inspire women starting their careers in the business world. The club is open to graduate and undergraduate students of all majors and genders. For more information, look them up on RooGroups.
Jane Greer, a UMKC English professor, is creating a class where students can create their own digital art exhibits. As well as being a UMKC Distinguished Professor, Greer is also director of the Office of Undergraduate Research and Creative Scholarships. Her class, Rhetoric of Public Memory, offers a unique opportunity to develop an exhibit and add something special to the resume. Research topics for the class focuses on letters of unionization written by the workers of the Kansas City Donnelly Garment Factory from 1937. If you're interested in enrolling, the course listing is English 309 WI. This class begins this spring.
Now we'll throw it over to Jackson, Josh, and Afnan for this week's roundup of sports and entertainment.
Welcome back into the den. I'm Jackson Ogden. For today's final holiday episode, I'll be playing the role of Santa and give out presents to Kansas City athletes. First up, we have none other than Patrick Mahomes, and Santa Jackson is getting you a key to the city for Christmas this year, Patrick. By far and away the best thing to ever happen to Kansas City, nobody is more deserving. In fact, make him a custom one that nobody else will have while we're at it. Next up is Bobby Witt Jr., and Santa Jackson is getting you a 10-year contract extension for this Christmas. The Royals have a bad habit of developing generational talent and letting it go in free agency, so this Christmas I've decided to fix this problem with a brand new contract for baseball's rising star. Our next athlete is Ryan O'Hearn, and Santa Jackson is getting you a U-Haul van this Christmas because I cannot watch you hit like a little leaguer for any longer here in Kansas City. And it pains me that the new regime re-signed you, but hopefully my generous offer will lead you to be an automatic out in somebody else's lineup next year. My next and final gift goes to the entire Chiefs organization. I'm being very generous here. Santa Jackson is gifting you a real defense. Instead of folding in every big game and praying Mahomes bails you out, you can now actually pull your own weight and not give the fans a heart attack every single game. Well, that's all young St. Nick has for this gifting season. Have a great holiday break, and I'll see you back next semester. RooUp.
Welcome back to Arts and Entertainment. I'm your host, Joshua Cunningham, and today I'm going to be going over my Spotify Wrapped and my top 5 Christmas movies. Okay, so we all know that Spotify Wrapped just came out, and you know I had to bring it to you, so you're really going to figure out how confusing my music taste is, okay? So starting with my number one artist, we all should have expected it. It's Trippie Redd. I was in the top 0.5%. I thought I listened to him less. I didn't even think he was going to be number one, but I guess I'm just his biggest fan. That's what I'm going to say. Number 2 is Ray Brown. I talked a lot about him as well. Great artist. Had one of my favorite albums this year. Very excited to see him on my list. Number 3 is Baby Keem, Two-Phone Baby Keem, you know what I mean? I love the guy. You've heard me talk about him as well. Number 4 is Caleb Gordon. He's the Christian rapper that I mentioned a few weeks ago. I've listened to him a lot this year. He's become one of my favorite artists. I'm glad to see him on my top 5 list. And number 5 is Drake, Her Loss, one of my favorite albums of the year as well. He's been going off. I mean, honestly, Nevermind wasn't the best, but still, I love Drake. Have to listen to him from time to time. But this is where things get interesting, okay? So if you don't know me, then I'm going to introduce myself a little more. I'm Joshua Cunningham, and I am a Christian, so I've been trying to, clean up my music a little bit. I haven't been doing the best according to my top 5 artists, but according to my top 5 songs, I've been doing okay, because my first song was Be Still by Travis Green, who's a Christian artist. My second song was Peace Be Still by Kalante Gavin, who's also a Christian artist. I Choose You was my third song by Caleb Gordon, who's a Christian rapper. Yahweh by Molly Music was my fourth. And my fifth was Hold Me Close by Kalante Gavin. I just had worship music playing every morning, and it shows. So I know it's a little confusing having all these rappers who cuss and all that stuff, and then having all these Christian songs. But, you know, I'm just trying to work on myself. We'll get there, okay? Just let me be. Now, when I was looking for my top 5 list of Christmas movies, I realized something. I have not watched nearly enough Christmas movies to really have a great top 5. So I asked around the cast and I asked around the crew of RooTV, and I came up with a list of a few Christmas movies that we all like and love. Now, The Grinch, my favorite version is the Jim Carrey version, and that's one of my favorite movies. We have Polar Express. Shout out to Jackson Ogden. That's his favorite Christmas movie. It's a Wonderful Life. That's a great Christmas movie, even though I haven't watched it. I heard it's really good. I hear it's a family-friendly one, so I might need to watch that. A Christmas Special Collection. Now, that's my favorite. Those are just all those stop-motion movies. I loved all those. I just feel so good when I watch them. I feel like a kid again, and I just love that feeling, that nostalgic feeling. We have Christmas Vacation. Shout out to Ross. I haven't seen that one, but I'm guessing it's funny, or at least good. Elf. Let's go, Elf. I love that movie. I need to rewatch it, though, because it's been a while. And then Die Hard. So if you guys haven't seen any of those movies, you should go watch them. I'm going to have to go watch a few of them myself because, like I said, I haven't watched nearly enough Christmas movies. But thank you for listening to my some great opinions and some not so great opinions over this semester, and I can't wait to see you back next semester.
Welcome back to Book Review. My name is Afnan Hussein. The holiday season is good for many things, but my personal favorite is laying up with a good book by a fire and drinking hot chocolate. These are my favorite winter holiday reads, starting with The Santa Suit by Mary Kay Andrews. New divorcee Ivy Perkins buys an old farmhouse as a way to foster change into her life. It's a labor of love, literally. At the top of a closet, she finds a beautiful old Santa suit hiding a note written by a little girl who wishes for her father to return home from the war. And just like that, Ivy is on a mission to find out who wrote the note and what happens afterwards. Her quest just may bring Christmas miracles in the form of a welcoming town, a mystery solved, and a second chance at love. It's a perfectly light and charming festive story. Next is a short story, The Adventure of the Blue Carbuncle by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Sherlock Holmes himself takes on a Christmas-time mystery in 1892 when a rare blue jewel turns up inside a Christmas goose. Holmes and Watson work together to find out who is responsible. It's thrilling, seasonal, and easy to read. Next, it would not be a Christmas without a Hallmark movie in book form. The Christmas Swap has everything about a cliché holiday movie. Snowstorm, small town, an antagonist who always gets in the way, and a romantic interest or two to swoon over. Charlie Goodwin has one goal, to finish out the season of her reality baking show and land the star role in the network's next series. But she loses her ability to taste and smell after getting hit on the head. There's a lot more standing in her way than her co-host. Then enter her twin sister Cass, who jumps on Charlie's idea to trade places. But switching places proves to be much more complicated than it was when they were kids. My last and bonus favorite holiday read since I was 14, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This is a very controversial topic, but I am the biggest believer that Harry Potter is indeed a holiday read. Not only is it extremely nostalgic, but the Yule Ball with the Christmas setting and the romance makes it that much more beautiful to enjoy. Christmas in Hogwarts is the epitome of spirit, and I always like to be reminded of it by rereading the series over the break. If you enjoyed this review, check out my Instagram at afhussein_ for more. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys. Now we're going to throw it over to Marissa Leggio.
Missouri Senator Bill Eigel is proposing legislation that would effectively widen I-70. Eigel claims that Missouri's $6 billion budget surplus could allow for improvements to state infrastructure, specifically adding another lane or two each way to I-70. However, the Missouri Department of Transportation doesn't know how much money adding a fourth lane would cost, and think adding a third will cost at least $2.5 billion. The legislation that would allow for these improvements were filed for the legislative session that begins on January 4th next year.
In an investigation by news organizations, The Markup and the Associated Press, they found that Kansas City ranks one of the worst in the nation when it comes to equitable internet coverage. With service from AT&T and Earthlink, it was noted that areas with fewer white residents and lower household incomes were receiving poorer quality and slower speed internet when compared to areas of higher incomes and a lower non-white population. The speeds are so slow in some areas that they don't even meet the government definition of broadband, which is unbearably slow compared to modern standards.
Thanks for tuning in to the last episode of RooTV this semester. Be sure to hit the notification bell and subscribe for more UMKC and Kansas City community news.
And check out our Instagram at RooTV UMKC. Happy holidays, thank you all for watching, and see you all next semester.
Need to develop any skill.
You're just... Are we doing? Wait, yeah, there we go. Now we'll throw it over to Jackson, Josh, and Afnan for this week's roundup of sports and entertainment.